Welcome to Boot2Boom Now, the #1 live streaming show, the #1 live streaming entrepreneur show, taking you from bootstrap to booming. We are here every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, and we are here every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. We are here every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern to get your PayPal popping, your business booming, and your life and your relationships to explode.
Boom!
I'm fine.
Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Boot2Boom, the #1 live streaming show for entrepreneurs, taking you from bootstrap to booming. We are here every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, and we are here to get your PayPal popping, your business booming, and your life and your relationships to explode. And today is a very special episode. We're actually going to be talking about self-care for entrepreneurs during the holiday season. And this is one of my favorite topics, and you'll get to hear from me tonight. So, of course, I'm very excited about this episode because I get to talk to you about something that's really near and dear to my heart. So with that being said, we are just going to get right into it. Of course, there's some housekeeping. Make sure, if you're not already, make sure that you get our resource list with over $10,000. Yes, I said $10,000. $10,000 worth of resources, training, workshops, services for every aspect of your business. We have probably thought of everything that you can possibly imagine, support services that you need for your business to really get your PayPal popping and business booming. And right now during the holiday seasons, while you are spending a lot of money, you also want to be making a lot of money too. So make sure you look at that resource list, make sure you grab it, and not just grab it, but you utilize it. See what speaks to you, see what you need in your business right now, and start doing those things now before the new year comes. Before the new year comes, because right now you should already have your plan for 2017. You should already have your plan. Your whole year may not be planned out yet, but you should already have what you're going to be doing, what your goals are, and you should already be working on them. So if you haven't done that yet, you are behind. So grab that resource list, make sure you get what you need. We are here for you even during the holidays. That's how committed we are. Also, make sure you're in the Facebook group. Get in that Facebook group. We are there every day with the motivational booms and other things that we have going on. Sometimes we just, we give away stuff out of the blue. You don't even know what's coming. Jessica does office hours in there from time to time where she answers your questions. So make sure you are in the Facebook group. Join us there, because even though you only see us here on Tuesday nights, we're in that Facebook group every day. So get in there as well. And, you have questions, comments, what have you, feel free to ask us. Use the hashtag Boot2Boom. And when you come back next week, make sure you bring a friend. Actually, do that this week. Share this out. Share it out on Facebook. Share it out on Twitter. You have the video that shows you how to use this network, how to use Huzzah, how to ask questions, how to take the cool little selfies over there, the Q&A feature, and how to share it out. So share it out on Facebook, share it out on Twitter, use the hashtag Boot2Boom. Tell a friend. This is the time, other entrepreneurs, you want to support them as well. This is a valuable resource. Make sure that they know about it too. They will thank you for it. That's a gift that you can give them. Hey, I know this awesome show, Boot2Boom. I found a lot of value in it. I know that you will too. Make sure you tune in and watch every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Bam. You ain't even have to pay anything for that.
I love it. Complimentary.
Love it. So with that being said, let me introduce to you my amazing co-host, Oh, before I do that though, just so you all are like, who's this other guy in here? Like, what's going on? This is our behind the scenes Mr. Wizard. This is Mr. Marketing Extraordinaire. He does all of our marketing, all of our scheduling. He keeps us on time. He keeps us organized, and he just keeps us sane. So this is Mr. Wizard here. So, you know, shout out to him. You're not going to see him too often. So when you see him, it's like seeing a unicorn. It's like, hey, what's going on? This must be something special. So you got a special thing today.
I love it.
Now, on to my amazing co-host, Miss Jessica Walker, a.k.a. Jaw, a.k.a. Peace. Jessica is an experienced online business consultant that has over a decade in assisting SME business owners within the media digital sector. Throughout her 25 years of practice, she has worked with well-known Wall Street and Fortune 500 companies. She has also worked with television celebrities, healthcare providers, leading public figures, and community leaders. She truly believes that everyone has a purpose and that God has put her here to help you, and you are also here to help somebody too. Your job is to figure out who that somebody is. All about helping you. That's what we do as business owners, right? Like, if you want to make money, you got to figure out who you're supposed to help, because that's how you're making your money.
I'm laughing because that wasn't in the bio, but it's all good.
I know I can go off script.
I love it, love it. Please don't call me.
But Jessica is all about, she's all about helping you to show up in your life, in your business, by helping you to create your own media platform. So if you want to know how to create your own podcast, how to create your own show, how to, you know, do these things within the digital media sector, that's your girl. Hit Jessica up.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much, Ava Laura, especially for adding in that little piece. Be ready before you call me. I love it. All right. So, so Ava Laura, so I want to tell you all about our founder of Boot2Boom Now and my co-host, Ava Laura. So Ava Laura is an internationally celebrated intuitive consultant and life coach who takes her clients from whole to wholeness in their life, relationships, and their businesses. She guides you through a powerful healing process that helps you discover who you are, who you wish to be, and how to get there. If now's the time for you to live a freedom-focused life, detox yourself of self-limiting beliefs, get clear, focused, and confidently excel in your life and in your business, then Ava Laura is the guy you've been waiting for. So you can contact Ava Laura at avalaura.com, or she's a Facebooker. So she's always there on Facebook as well. So Ava Laura, AKA the Queen.
Okay, she said that, y'all, like I don't have a life. I'm not always on Facebook. I just appear like I'm always on Facebook. I do actually have a life. I do actually see clients, you know. Yeah.
I feel like Ava Laura has the I feel like Ava Laura has the Facebook app on her phone, and it's just like as soon as it lights up, she's like, oh, boop. Like she answers right away. She's always, so I don't say that she does. I'm not saying that she doesn't have a life, but what I'm saying is he's very receptive to your request and anything and everything that happens that has the Ava Laura hashtag in it. So
yeah, just don't get them. Don't think y'all can just hit me up on Facebook and I'm gonna be answered right away. They're like, hey, where's she at? I'm busy.
If she doesn't answer you, then
unless it's about money. If it's about money, then I'm there.
Unless it's about money and self-care, right? So let's go ahead and let's move into Ava Laura. So this is a different one, right? This is different for us. We get to, and you actually get to hear me speak a lot more. Well, I do speak, I guess, a little bit, kind of, sort of, sometimes. But Ava Laura is kind of like the powerhouse, right? She's been doing this for so long. She's the ultimate interviewer, right? So sometimes I get juggled up and I'm like, okay, so you like what you doing? But today it's Ava Laura's turn to be our guest. So I'm really excited because I definitely want to hear how Ava Laura got her start. I know a little bit of it, but I definitely want to get into some of the things that she does in her business and the experiences that she creates for her clients. So Ava Laura, welcome to Boot2Boom.
Thank you, Jessica.
So Ava Laura, tell us, what do you do?
Oh, wow. What do I do?
Yeah.
Well,
and my co-host is Leon tonight. Sorry, Leon is going to be our co-host as well. So Leon, please feel free to jump in anytime and talk and and get into this Boot2Boom goodness.
I think we need about a more than 2 hours show in there, because obviously the amount of things that Ava does, it's unbelievable. And
thank you.
Oh,
I'm like, what do I do?
She got healing. Wait,
on what? On what aspect? On what planet? On what? Like,
I'm trying to get the. Hold on, let me get the "You Name It" song for you. She got healing, confidence. You name it.
That was funny. That was
all right. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, so if you all don't know, I mean, like, you know, Jessica told you a little bit about me. I am a life coach and intuitive consultant, also international speaker, also host of Boot2Boom, also host of Ava Laura Hills Radio, also spiritual guide, also entrepreneur. I'm a lot. I wear a lot of hats, but you know, it's a really beautiful thing, because one of the things that fashion designer, crowned by Ava Laura, got to add that too. Boom. So you know, one of the things that has really prepared me for is to work with other very mission-driven individuals, a lot like myself, mission-driven individuals, leaders, also multi-passionate entrepreneurs. You know, a lot of you all that are wearing many hats. And so it's prepared me to be able to help you. And I really love to work with people who have a mission, who want to do big and great and meaningful work in the world, but for whatever reasons, you're doing it unfulfilled.
Wow. Yeah.
And a lot of times that unfulfillment, it can come in your life, it can come in your business and your career and your relationships, but it's really about zeroing in and helping you to get very clear about what's happening in your life, what you're experiencing, what is it that you really want for yourself, right? Really having a very clear vision, and then helping you to map out a very strategic step-by-step plan from where you are right now to how to get to where you want to go. Because a lot of what I see are, you know, people who are really struggling inside internally. You know, you have this appearance to everyone else, and because you are the leader, because you are, you know, oftentimes, a lot of times, you're the one in your family who is the unicorn. You're a little bit different than everybody else. You think a little bit differently. And because of that, everybody is pulling on you. You are that safe space. Everybody goes to you when they have problems, when they need things. But then what happens is you don't have that safe space for yourself. You don't have the person that you can call on when you need help, when you need clarity, when you need focus, when you need accountability, because you're so busy being all of those things to everybody else. So I'm the person that you call on when you need that. And I'm really all about helping you from whole to wholeness in your life, in your relationships, in your business, in your career.
Nice. I love that. I love that. So you kind of told us a little bit about some reasons why some people will come to you, but what are some of the things that you suggest should happen for someone to take care of themselves?
Great question. And even before I answer that, I want to just, you know, back up a little bit and just tell you a little bit about, you know, even my story, because you even mentioned that a little bit, Jessica, kind of like how I got here. Yeah, exactly. You know, because a lot of times this happens a lot, particularly when people find out that my background is in social work. They're like, wait a minute, what? You're a social worker? Not quite. My background is in social work, but I wouldn't say that I practice traditional social work. And so really what happened for me is that, you know, just kind of like I described, I would certainly say that I'm the unicorn in my family. I've always been just a little bit different, a little bit. And so even though I followed, you know, a similar path in that, you know, I got my bachelor's degree in psychology, I got my master's degree in social work from Howard University. You know, growing up, I was very clear from a young age that I wanted to be, you know, at that time I thought a psychologist. I knew I wanted to counsel people because that's something that I've done my entire life, and I was doing it for free. And so when it came to, okay, I'm going to go to college and get a degree, I was like, well, I might as well get paid for what I've always been doing anyway.
Gotcha.
that was, you know, that was my idea. That's what I was going to do. And my mom said, well, you know, if you're going to go into psychology, you're going to have to get a PhD. And I said, okay, fine, no problem. You know, I had no idea at the time. I'm 18 years old, applying for college. I don't know what any of this means, but I'm like, sure, great, fine, whatever, I'll do that.
Yeah.
And, you know, so what happened for me is I actually, you know, long story short, actually ended up in social work. And that's a whole story in and of itself. But I ended up in social work. And after I got my master's, I was like really gung-ho, like, yes, I got my master's degree. I'm going to save the world. You know, I'm going to heal everybody. And, you know, all these people need help. And I'm going to come in and whoosh and save the day. And, you know, y'all know, I'm not the only one like that. You know, we get so, when we're young, we're so naive and full of energy. We just think we're going to take on the world. And so what happened was I got my, you know, one of my first jobs out of social work. I was a program director at an outpatient mental health clinic. And I was really excited because I was working directly with the CEO. I had bought into his vision and all these wonderful things that he wanted to do. And that seemed to fit with my vision. So I was really excited. Like, I'm going to make a difference. I'm going to make an impact. And everything that I've been wanting to do, I'm going to get to do at this job. That didn't happen. That did not happen at all. Not even a little bit.
Yeah.
And so, you know, what happened for me is I slowly each and every day really felt like a little piece of me was dying inside. I realized I was not going to be able to make the impact that I wanted to make. And instead of helping people to live their best life, to transform, to really live their dreams, I was simply helping them to maintain their dysfunction. And I didn't want to be a part of a system that wasn't really helping people. I'm not, you know, if you know anything about me, I am not a surface person at all. So it was very difficult for me to be in this environment that was really just trying to put Band-Aids on people. And so, you know, even though I felt like that, I wasn't really sure about what I wanted to do. And that's why, you know, clarity was so important. I wasn't clear. I just knew that the life that I was living, I felt like a fraud. I felt like I was not living up to my expectations for myself, and I wasn't really making an impact, but I didn't really know what to do. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to go, because here I am feeling like, well, maybe something's wrong with me for being ungrateful. I got this great job. I'm making really good money. I'm literally down the street from my house. Like, I can walk from, you know, from home. Yeah. And here I am complaining that I'm not making an impact. Like, who does that? That was my reality. Yeah. That was my reality. And so eventually what happened was I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. And, you know, I'll never forget, you know, one weekend I ended up going on this retreat. I ended up, it was a woman's retreat, and I got back to doing all the things that I love, the soulful self-care, if you will. You know, I was meditating, I was practicing yoga, I was eating really good food, spending time in nature, and just communing with like minds, with people who got me. And I found myself, you know, at that point, I had like a breakdown, not a Kanye breakdown, but like a little breakdown. Yeah, I had one. It wasn't that deep, but it was deep. I had a little bit of a breakdown where I found myself like on my hands and knees crying out to God, like, you know, the ugly cry, y'all, not the cute, the ugly cry. Like, God, please get me out of here. I cannot live like this anymore. And if I have to go on one day like this, like, I'm going to die. Like, you have to get me out of here, because I don't know what to do, but I can't live like this anymore. And, you know, I felt better. Until I realized that I was going to have to go back to work on Monday. and so, you know, I felt better for a short time. I went back to work on Monday morning, and my boss calls me into his office, you know, for a meeting. Sure, no problem. Went to his office. He sits me down and he fires me.
Wow.
Like, just like that, out of the blue. And I'm sitting there like, wait, what? He just fired me? Because you're talking about, you know, classic overachiever, graduated magna cum laude, 1A short from Summa. You know, I had never been fired from anything in my life. I didn't even know that. I didn't have a vocabulary word of fired. So ego kind of was a little, you know, like, wait a minute, this cannot be happening right now.
So what was the
ego
reason?
was not very pleased.
What was the reasoning for him letting you go? What was the reason?
He really didn't have a reason. It just wasn't working out.
Is that what he said? Oh,
Pretty much.
wow.
And this was a person, mind you, that we talked like every day. He would call me on the phone after work, no boundaries, no boundaries, you know, wanting to discuss things. And so that's, I mean, when I say that I was shocked, I mean, I was literally shocked. I did not see it coming. Not see it coming. And a part of me felt really betrayed, because even though he was my boss, again, it wasn't just a relationship where we talked at work. We talked after hours. And of course, you know, it was intermingled. I was kind of his counselor, you know, helping him with his problems. Y'all, it was a recipe for disaster. It was not. So one of the things that I teach now is boundaries, because I've learned what it's like to not have boundaries. So I'm very serious about practicing healthy boundaries now, because it definitely was a very kind of codependent environment and relationship, and it was just so dysfunctional and unhealthy in so many ways.
Wow.
So yeah, he didn't really give me a reason, but I knew, you know, Spirit knew that, you know, that was one of the things that happened. Spirit was kind of like, well, Ava Laura, why are you complaining? Why are you upset? This is what you prayed for. So what are you going to do? And that became my question that I had to answer. What am I going to do? Am I going to take the red pill? Am I going to take the blue pill? You know, am I going to take the red pill and, you know, just get another social work job? I got a master's degree. I can easily get another job in some other organization. So am I going to do that? Or am I going to take, you know, oh, what did I say? Or am I going to take, you know, the red pill? Am I going to just decide to live the life of my dreams? You know what I mean? Am I going to go out and take that faith walk, that, you know, the unsure path, right? The unknowing path, and in the more difficult reality in living my dreams. And that's what I decided to do. And I took like a 6-month sabbatical. I took a 6-month healing sabbatical where I did me. You know, I did the work. Who am I? Why am I here? I had coaches, I had healers, I had teachers, all of that. So I don't tell you all to do anything that I haven't done or wouldn't do. I've done it all. And, you know, at the end of that 6 months, I opened up Ava Laura's Healing Center, and that was 11 years ago.
Wow. 11 years. My goodness. Yeah, I know we just celebrated all that, but goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Woo. Well, dang, that was a long. Woo. Yeah, go ahead, Leon.
Have you revisited the ex-boss, I should say, or again, one of your clients, I should say, because remember your
first client,
serving that person, okay, and he's paying you for your time. And you say, I want to record as a job. Obviously, it's one of your clients.
Well, you know, this is kind of sad. He probably would have ended up being one of my clients. But he actually passed not too long after that, maybe a year or two after. He had diabetes.
Wow. And
yeah, he no boundaries, working too hard, not taking care of himself. He was young, had a wife, child, and yeah, he died. He was in his, I think he was in his 30s.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he was young.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? I think
so. We're talking about soulful self-care and how important that is. But, you know, that's really what happened. He didn't take care of himself.
Wow. And you know what? I think that he saw, I think he saw it in you. I think that was, you know, and I think that was probably like one of the things he needed to do before he moved on. You know, it was like, especially if he had no boundaries and you guys talked offline and all that good stuff. I'm pretty sure he probably saw like you were unhappy, he felt it, all that good stuff. And that was the reasoning for it. That's amazing. And then for him to pass shortly after, that's wow. So how we were getting into the whole self-care thing, and actually, Ava Laura, thank you for that. But I was going to wrap around to your own self-care and then ask you about your journey, but it's all good. You know, you go, girl. So now that we've gotten the whole journey, why is self-care so important? That's a great segue, right? Why is self-care?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of, spoke about it a little bit. It's self-care is one of those things that I say to people that is absolutely non-negotiable. Because without your health, without your well-being, you have nothing else.
That's right.
You have nothing to give. You have nothing to receive. You can't do anything. You're not here.
Exactly.
You're not present. And so self-care is the best healthcare. You know, everybody's all worried about what's going to happen to Obamacare. Listen, you don't need to worry so much about Obamacare if you're taking care of yourself.
Definitely.
So it's one of those non-negotiable things that makes everything else happen in your life. And particularly as an entrepreneur, you know, we are that rare breed of, you know, we'll work 80 hours a week to avoid working 40 hours a week. This is how we're built. You know, we're team no sleep. You know, I got to hustle. You know, it's this whole entrepreneur culture. But what I have, you know, and I've heard people say, oh, no, I don't need to sleep now. I sleep when I'm dead. No, you won't sleep when you're dead. You're dead.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you have to take care of yourself. As entrepreneurs, it's even more imperative for us to take care of ourselves, more so than the average person, because we push ourselves to the limits each and every day.
So when you are vision led and purpose fed, right? You're in it. You're always just thinking about the vision, the vision, the vision. And, you know, you let your purpose you consume your purpose. You let that feed you instead of eating healthy or sleeping, like you said. What are some of the self-care practices that you can offer up to an entrepreneur that are important, you know, in that whole lifestyle?
Yeah. So one of the things that I talk about when I'm talking about self-care, I talk about soulful self-care. And what I mean by that is self-care that works for you, for your soul. Because what I'm not going to tell you is that, well, this is how I practice self-care, so you have to do it too. Because what I do may not work for you. So one of the things when we're talking about self-care is you have to find out what works for you. And that's going to take some trial and error, but that's okay. So for instance, you know, I'm the type of person, I wake up in the morning, I take a shower. Some of you, maybe you like to take a shower at night instead, right? I like to eat, you know, optimally for me, 5 small meals a day is good for me. But some of you forget to eat. So if you eat 3 meals a day, that's good for you. Right? So you kind of have to look at what works for you. Maybe you don't have time to, you know, meditate for, you know, twice a day like I do for 20 minutes at a time. But you can sit down and you can meditate for 5 minutes whenever you get a break. Or you can sit down and meditate when you're sitting in your car. You can take some deep breaths, or when you're standing in the grocery store or staying in line at Staples or whatever it is, you can take some nice deep breaths and become present.
Exactly.
So part of understanding self-care is looking at what's going to work for you and your lifestyle. Because one of the things that I see happen is that a lot of times people say, well, Ava Laura, I can't do that. And so because you can't do what someone suggests to you, then you do nothing at all.
Yep. True.
You got to find that happy medium. What's going to work for you? If you don't like grocery shopping, you know you need to eat healthy and you don't have time to cook. There's so many meal services now that you can get. Blue Apron and Hello Fresh and all these things where you can order, where the groceries come right to you and it takes maybe 30 minutes to chop it up and cook it.
Exactly.
So you kind of have to look at your lifestyle and what works for you.
You're absolutely correct. And yes, I take a shower at night because I like to shower at night. and I do my deep breathing in the shower at night, and that helps calm me down and bring me back. You're right. I think especially in this world where we're in this digital space, right? In these digital streets, you have everything just flying past your face. You're trying to keep up. You're trying to stay relevant. You're trying to, you know, make sure that the food is coming in, the money's coming in, all of that different stuff. You get busy and you get, you know, a lot of things that are going on. So just to be present and be grateful, like you said, even if you're in the line at Staples picking up your business cards, you can take that moment and, you know, breathe and just be present. Be grateful that you even have a business. Be grateful that you have the 10, 20 bucks to pick up some business cards, you know, all that good stuff. So you're absolutely correct. So I love that idea. So how has practicing self-care helped you in your business?
Yeah, well, like I said, 11 years. Now, mind you, this 11 years has not been a smooth, easy 11 years. When I first opened my business, y'all have to understand, I knew nothing about business, nothing. I didn't take any business courses at Howard. I knew nothing. So it was all a learning curve for me. Now, I will say this, that I've always been a natural entrepreneur in how I think. And I've always been a natural leader. So that absolutely served me. And I've always been a very goal-oriented and self-motivated person. So when I set out to do something, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
But at the same time, in terms of the skills of how to run a business, how to market, how to do all of these things, there was a learning curve. I had to learn all of this stuff. And I mean, there's certainly, looking back, things that I would have done differently if I would have known different and gotten help a lot earlier on, because I really didn't know what I was doing. It's amazing that I'm still here. So, you know, self-care, I would say, is a big part of that. And you know, when those times happened that I couldn't pay bills, that I didn't know if Pepco was going to turn out my electric. Like, I got $32.13 and I got to go to the grocery store and figure out what I can buy to make sure that I got peanut butter and jelly and hot dogs and, hot dog buns and, making sure, figuring all this out so I have some food to eat, because I don't know when my next paycheck is coming in, because I don't have 2-week paycheck. My next paycheck is my next client. Yeah. So self-care got me through all of that. Really taking the time to meditate, to breathe, to, practice yoga, exercise, do all of these things that I do on a daily basis, pray, practice gratitude for the $32.13 that I had, because I could have nothing. And so really self-care is what has certainly gotten me through and sustained me and helped me to be that vessel so that I can help my clients, because it takes a lot of work and a lot of energy to really work with people one-on-one each and every day to help you to live your best life and to help you to take care of yourself and to live your dreams. So I have to be a vessel, a full vessel, in order to do that for you.
Definitely. It's a lot of work talking to, it's very energy draining. So with that, sorry, Leon, you got one?
No, I've got a number of questions. Obviously,
awesome.
we're so intrigued in your journeys in the day. I mean, obviously, the people that are listening, I'm sure they would love to ask lots of questions here today. But we've just got it all today. So throughout these 11 years of your journey itself, or more, what has been some of your biggest fears, and how do you overcome them?
My biggest fear has always been that I would not really make the impact that I've always wanted to make. That I would die and people didn't know my name. That's always been my biggest fear, because I've always felt like when God gives you tremendous gifts, you have to serve and use them tremendously. And if I have not given enough, if I have not served enough, if I have not made the mark, left a legacy that God created me to make, then I failed. So that's always been my biggest fear. Wow.
Now that's, you've already kind of hit on my last question, which was, how do you help clients kind of practice self-care? You hit on it just a tad bit. Is there anything you would like to add to that at all?
Yeah, a lot of how I help my clients is, people always ask me, well, what's the intuitive consultant part? They're like, forget the life coach. What does that mean?
Yeah.
And one of the things that I say is that really what that means is that I tune into you. Tune into whoever I'm working with very quickly and really get to know them in a very intimate way. And that helps me to, tap into areas of their life that they're not even thinking about, that they're not even aware of, that they're not conscious about. Yeah. And from there, we can really come up with a self-care plan that's going to work for them, because I get to know you very well. So for instance, if I have a client comes to me and say, yeah, my goal, I want to stop smoking. And I've had a client do this, and I would look at her and I said, you don't want to stop smoking. That's bullshit. Like you're not even ready to go there. And it kind of forced her to look at herself and say, you know what? You're right. I don't want to stop smoking. I like it. Absolutely, you like it. So let's go on to something else that you really want to change. And being able to do that and help you to see things, because that's the story she had been telling herself for years, yet she hadn't stopped. And she hadn't stopped because she wasn't ready. And that's okay. That is okay. So a lot of times there's these stories that we're telling ourselves, there's these fears that we're holding on to, negative emotions that we're holding on to, these negative thoughts, and they're keeping us stuck, and they're keeping us running these stories and things. And you feel like a failure because you haven't worked out these stories, when really you're just telling yourself the wrong thing. We need to change that, shift that, offer a different perspective. And once she started working on something that she really wanted and she became successful there, then she felt good about herself and said, okay, you know what? Now I can tackle this smoking thing. Now I'm ready. So but as long as she kept focusing on what she really didn't want and what really wasn't speaking to her, she wasn't making any progress.
So do you find that a lot of people come to you often with kind of the outside perspectives of what people say that they should do, and then they're like, oh yeah, so I was told I should, like, for instance, stop smoking, and I always see these messages that I need to stop doing X, Y, and Z, but they themselves aren't ready?
Yeah, absolutely. Because again, see, here's the thing about change and transformation. It takes a lot of work. You have to really dig deep. And you have to be very committed to the process. And if you are trying to change yourself, you're reading the self-help books, you're, going on a retreat, you're watching, Tony Robbins or Les Brown or whatever. I get this all the time. Oh, I watch people on YouTube. Oh, that's great. And I read all the books, and that's great. And how's your life? Oh, it's still the same. Exactly. Because it's very difficult to take. See, here's the thing. Information does not equal transformation. So you can collect all of the information that you want. That does not cause a transformation. The only thing that causes transformation is action.
Yeah, we need somebody to tweet that out.
Say that again, because I think that's a
hashtag Boot2Boom.
Information doesn't equal transformation. Wow. It doesn't. And absolutely. So many of us, we get a high from collecting information. Definitely. We get excited. I read this book and I got all these great ideas. That's wonderful. But have you implemented them into your life?
Powerful.
And that's where I come in to help you to implement it into your life, because it's very difficult to do that on your own.
Very much.
So most of us, we stay on that surface. We stay on that surface of collecting, of saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And, the next year rolls around, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You got the same stuff on your list over and because over. You can't do it on your own. We're not built that way. We just aren't built that way.
Yeah, and there's actually a verse in the Bible, not to get all spiritual on y'all, but there, two heads are better than one, and there's a reason for that. There's definitely a reason for that. Just like you need a man and woman to create a life, you need that same type of thing to happen for you to have a transformation and have a change in your life. You need to have that other person that sees on the outside, because if we're in our own self, especially for me, like I said, I think everything I create is beautiful, but then somebody else might see it and go, or tweak this or tweak that, and it offers that outside perspective. You can go, oh yeah, you know what, that does, look a little bit better or what have you, but you don't know until you get with that other person, right? So that's awesome. That is amazing. So Leon, do you have any more questions?
We certainly do. She's not going to get away lightly today. Honestly. Honestly. So
bring it on.
Bring it on. Okay. No, bring it on.
Y'all go ahead and feud.
I just add to that, because obviously we say in the Caribbean, one hand can't clap, and in that way. So
yeah, that's amazing.
We get on that topic. So Ava, I mean, you work with tremendous amount of people. I'm sure you got a story to tell us about you. I know you probably can't, but I mean, who's been your favorite person to work with and really inspired you?
Now I can't talk about my favorite.
I don't know. Okay, well, listen, I don't know.
All of my clients are my favorite.
What's a story that stands out to you? What's a story? The most memorable story. So
exactly.
Let's take the question.
Oh my God!
Yeah, one of the most memorable.
Ooh. Wow. I've had so many. It can be
from a speaking event. It can be from, anything that you've done where you've gotten a response back that was just like, wow.
No, you know, I love my one-on-one clients. I truly adore my one-on-one clients. I think they are some of the most courageous people out there. Because I think it takes tremendous courage to say that you need help and to actually go through the motions and take action to get it to change your life.
Definitely.
I think that takes tremendous courage. So, you know, a lot of the breakthroughs, the ahas, the transformations have certainly come from my one-on-one clients who have taken the time and the commitment for the process of change. And, you know, I think the beautiful thing about, you know, being an entrepreneur, being a business owner, is that I can really say that all of my clients are my favorite clients because I don't work with anybody I don't like. Like you know, listen, when I first started, you know, 11 years ago, I was happy to get a client. Oh, you saw my ad. Oh, you saw me here. Oh my God, come one, come all. I was happy to get a client. But now, 11 years in, if I don't like you, I'm not going to work with you. There are programs, you can go on my website. There are programs and offerings that you will never see on my website, because the only way you're going to find out about it is if you talk to me and I vet you and I decide that I want to work with you in that capacity, and then I'll offer it to you.
Nice.
And so that has been a shift in the transformation that I've been able to take in my business. So in terms of, you know, stories, I have some amazing clients. I can honestly say that I have some amazing clients, and they're very well accomplished. One of my clients, I have to talk about her because she's a millennial. She's young. She's already so accomplished. She's on Broadway. She is a singer. She's an actress. She's a dancer. This chick is phenomenal. And when she came to me, you know, she really came to me because she had been trying to give birth, you know, to this album. And also she came to me on the heels of a breakup. And a lot of clients who come to me actually come to me on the heels of a breakup, because what happens during that breakup, that heartache, they realize there's a void in their life. They realize that there's something missing that they didn't previously see. But once that relationship is over, they recognize that, you know what, something is wrong here. I'm not taking this correctly. I'm taking this a little too hard. I didn't realize that there were so many problems that I had in my own life that I wasn't really ready to focus on, and I wasn't really ready to address until it got to the point where I got my heart broken. And now I realized I have to do something. When this person came to me, she was broken. She was really, and again, as accomplished as she is in her career, internally, after this breakup, she was really dying inside. She didn't know what to do. She didn't know how to process it. She didn't really know how to move forward. And, you know, fast forward, after working with me for several months, I think we worked together for 4 months. She's a different person. She's very, you know, one of the things that's so interesting is, though, even though she was a dancer, she wasn't really in tune with her body. And so things that I had to teach her was really how to feel and be in tune with her body, because that's where her power is. You know, so really teaching her how to really focus on her intuition, on her own needs, who she is, and boundaries was huge for her, because she's in this industry where there really aren't boundaries. So that was really big for her, how to have healthy relationships, how to be able to communicate her wants and desires, because she couldn't do that. She didn't know how to speak her truth. She didn't really know how to confidently stand in her own power. So, you know, that it's such a beautiful experience for me helping her, because especially being so young, I loved it, because now in her relationships, she is just thriving. She's doing so much better in her relationships.
That's awesome. You know, I'm actually surprised that you deal with, or not deal with, but you have clients that are millennials. Can you say the word?
I'm getting more. Listen, I am getting more and more millennials, because millennials are not afraid to take that faith walk to do what they want to do to live their best life.
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
They're not.
I'm seeing that a lot.
They are so unapologetic in that. And again, like I said, she's on Broadway. This is what she does for a living. Can you? I mean, you know, 24 years old. This is what she does for a living. So I'm getting a lot of millennials because they don't want to settle. They really do want it all, and they're willing to do the work to try to figure it out.
Well, I know with like, so I seen a millennial earlier today, and I can't remember her name, but she was doing yoga.
Sounded like she's a unicorn. I saw
no,
millennial.
not like that, but you know, not like that.
From the nowhere, come out from the blue.
But she, I can't remember her name. My goodness. Hold on, I'm gonna look her up real quick. But because it was really cute what she was doing. Actually, it was on my page. She really like struck me because she was doing yoga, and she's kind of a heavy set girl. And she was just like, you know what? I found out that, you know, I love my body and I'm confident in my body. And, you know, I'm just going to get out here and do yoga on YouTube. And I was just like, wow, I love it. I'm like, yes. I'm going to go ahead and send it to you really quick here. Because like we've seen on the last one, we can't share screens.
But yeah, I mean, millennials, and not to say that millennials are the only ones, obviously. You know, most of my clients, you know, most of my clients are Gen Xers or older. But that's definitely been something that's happened within the last few years, is that I've been getting more and more millennial clients.
I was amazed, and I was also impressed by the fact that she was, you know, at such a young age, she's stepping into her own and accepting a lot of, you know, just the self-confidence level there. I was just like, go girl, you know? So for her to reach out to you, like you said, it takes a lot of confidence for you to even say you need help, number one, but then for you to have a young mind, because our minds don't fully develop until we're 29, for you to have that in your brain and then go, oh, you know what? I think I need someone to help guide me through. When we don't have that, we usually don't get that until in the 30s sometime, you know? So that's pretty awesome.
And that tends to be, you know, my clients are definitely mavericks in that way. They're very, you know, for you to work with me, you definitely are a very mission-driven person that say, you know what? I don't want to waste any more time in my life. I need help. I am so tired of seeking, searching, looking under here, there. I just need help. Just give me answers. Just help me so I can really move on and live my life.
That's wonderful.
And we're going to stop here because we do have to wrap up here. And I think this has been truly enlightening to hear from you. And it's a pleasure to have you on, you know, reversing the roles and seeing you give us all this. I just love the energy. It's a vibrant person. It's so amazing to see. And I'm sure, guys, whoever's listening to this is on different channels, you see this wonderful. Final thoughts in the day, you know, let us know where we can find this lovely lady Ava in the years beyond, and you know what is happening in your world. Let us know, because I'm sure lots of people want to follow in your footsteps. You know, final thoughts or final words to wrap us up and just give us a magical moment, you know, to explode us and pop and booms and whatever we may be put it. Tell us.
Do you offer a trainer program?
And rainbows and glitter, and you want it all.
Yeah, do you offer a trainer program so you can train other healers to go out and heal? Because we definitely.
Well, to answer your first question, one, in terms of where you can find me, go to my website at avalaura.com, AVALAURA, avalaura.com. I am on all social media, and as Jessica said, you know, Facebook is my hangout. So once you go to avalaura.com, you can connect to me on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn. Where else? Oh, Instagram. I'm pretty much everywhere. But yeah, Facebook, I have a Facebook group called Super Soul Success. So you can check that out as well. So there's things that you're going to get in that group that you're not going to get everywhere else. Hint, hint. So you can join that. But yeah, you can, I'm very, you know, I really work to be very accessible. I never wanted to be one of those people that is hoarding my gifts. You know, and so I try to be, I know that I can't work with everybody one-on-one, but I definitely am very focused on social media. You'll see me post at least once a day, probably 2 to 3 times a day. I'm posting something inspirational, motivational, something that's going to add value, something that's going to make you think, that's going to make you tune into yourself and look at things a little bit differently. That's something that I've always done, because I want to make sure that even if you can't work with me personally, that if you need me, I'm able to serve you. So that's really important to me. So definitely connect with me on social media, join my mailing list. And if you are watching this and you're just like, OMG, Ava Laura, I need you in my life. I want you to go ahead and email me. Email me at avalaura@avalaura.com, AVALAURA, avalaura@avalaura.com. And I will gift you with a complimentary 20-minute consultation with me.
Boom.
And we can talk, we can find out what's going on in your life, where you need help, how we can get you to where you want to be in your life. If you are tired of trying to figure it all out on your own, you realize it's not working, you know, you're like a dog tasting your tail, and you're just like, you know what, I need help. I can't. I love that, Leon. What did you say? I can't clap with one hand. I need another hand.
One hand can't clap. Is it a Jamaican parable?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you want a hand clap? So email me and we'll talk. Now, in terms of leaving you with a wow, boom, bam, yeah.
I think you gave us
confetti, rainbows
today. What was the one that you said?
Which one?
Ooh, I know you said so many. What was it? You can't. What did she say, Leon? That we both were like, "Whoa, we got to tweet that. We got to put that out."
I said inspiration. Oh, inspiration, Lord. Information does not equal transformation.
Awesome. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, and that, you know, and we live in that society. We are in, think about, like, I mean, it was so different like when we were growing up, but now with the internet, where things seem so accessible, there's so much information. All you do is you go on Google and you go on YouTube. People don't even need degrees anymore. They get their degree from YouTube University.
Exactly.
Like, and so there's so much information out there that we tend to get lost, and we think we're really doing stuff when we're not.
Definitely. Yeah.
Because if you're not taking that information and utilizing it and implementing it into your life for transformation, you're just a hoarder.
Mm-hmm.
You are just a hoarder. You are just collecting information that you will never use. Is serving no purpose.
Like we said before, busy consuming and not creating, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So you don't want to be a hoarder. You want to be a person who is taking massive action, because the only way that you can ever make an impact in the world is through taking massive action.
That's awesome. I think that's a wonderful way to end it. So thank you, Ava Laura, for gracing us with your presence, the queen, aka the queen. If I got to be the face, you got to be the queen. So thank you guys so much for watching us here on Boot2Boom. As you all know, we are here every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go ahead and post in the Facebook group and let us know what your ahas were. What did you take away from this? How will you implement self-care in your business during this holiday season? Go ahead and visit us or jump in the group if you're already in the group. Boot2Boom on Facebook. Where are we also? Hashtag Boot2Boom, Twitter.
We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter.
Yeah, just go ahead and hit us up. Hey, Leon, I'll let you take us out.
Well, again, another fantastic show. As you said, you can join us on the Facebooks and things like that. We are offering lots of things throughout the year, always. So check us out each and every Tuesday. What time?
9 p.m.
9 p.m. Eastern.
Boom.
Boom, pow. Get your, Ava Laura, you got to take us out.
That's okay. You can.
Thank you all for watching. Thank you for tuning in. You could have been anywhere else, but you chose to be with us here, especially during this busy season.
Mm-hmm.
So I really hope that I made it worth your while, that you got something that you can really use and implement in your life. Make sure you join us here next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. We are here to get your PayPal popping, your business booming, and your life and your relationships to explode.
Bye.
Boom!